In a case like this, it's for the team to sit down and say, okay, since you said this surgery might last 8 hours and the AC may not provide the full support as it is doing for those that go 2 and 3 hours because they're doing surgery there now as we speak, why don't we engage UE and see whether or not we can make this happen? When I engaged them this morning at 6 o'clock, Dr. Bruce, within an hour, they came back to me and said the entire team is ready to accommodate and the operating theater and the C-arm and everything is functional. The team just need to bring the patient in and prep the patient and you can do the surgery. That's a solution. There's no need for this. No need.
Welcome back to Primetime News.
And a special welcome once again to our viewers on TVJ International in the Cayman Islands and online at onespotmedia.com.
Up first this evening, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has sought to clarify the circumstances surrounding the case at the Bustamante Hospital for Children who is in need of surgery for scoliosis.
And the surgery was delayed because of poor conditions at the hospital.
And as Jamila Maitland reports, although the child has been referred to the University Hospital of the West Indies, there's still no definitive timeline on when she'll receive the corrective procedure.
11-year-old Ajani Parchment will have to bear the discomfort of her scoliosis a while longer before she's able to live a normal childhood. Her surgery was postponed at the Bustamante Hospital for Children because the operating theater is not up to standard. It doesn't have a functioning AC unit, making it too hot for surgeries. But during a press briefing Thursday morning, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the procedure can be facilitated elsewhere.
The University Hospital of the West Indies has consented based on discussions and with the lead clinician there, Dr. Carl Bruce, having consulted with his team at UWIC to make an operating theatre available.
The issue is the doctors who are part of a mission from the United States leave the island in 24 hours. Fighting back the tears is Dr. Robert Bradley, who heads the team. Sadly, he says it's too late.
They want to make accommodations, make the decision today to do it tomorrow. That's not right. It's not right for the patients.
The health minister declared that Ajani will do her surgery. He wasn't able to say when. It's what worries Ajani's mom. Dr. Bradley and his team performs the surgeries for free. He revealed that the team usually does between 12 and 16 corrective surgeries during their visits. This time, they were only able to do 5.
In regards to my daughter's surgery, I still don't have any clue whether it's going to be done or not.
A visibly upset Dr. Tufton describes it as a perennial problem. The multi-million-dollar high-functioning operating theaters are seemingly not functioning.
I've asked for a draft terms of reference to engage a private entity to coordinate the overall maintenance of the plant of a health facility.
CEO of the hospital, Anthony Wood.
We have 5 operating theaters. Of the 5, 2 are presently 3 works, but one of them have high condensation taking place right now. 2 actually not functional.
One has been out for how long?
Many years.
And that's the other thing.
Dr. Tufton explained that a company was contracted to repair the AC in April. Another company has since been brought in, but the problem remains.
The company that supplies the service has been at it for 5 months without resolution. And then we engage another one who said they can fix it, and in fairness, were prompt to assess, but now has bureaucratic hurdles based on their own internal arrangements. And now we're stalled again for 6 more weeks.
TVJ News observed the leadership of the Southeast Regional Health Authority speaking with the senior doctors about the issues they're experiencing. We understand that surgeries like Ajani's that require more than 4 hours pose significant risk for infection. The hospital, however, says it reviews and provides treatment on a case-by-case basis. Jamila Maitland, TVJ News.
We have to find a way. I think it's important to solve this particular case, and we will have to find a way to ensure that this case is solved. I have gotten involved, and I will ensure that our facilities combined and our efforts will address the issue, because the case raises several questions about other things, and we would want this particular child to be a victim of some of these inefficiencies that exist and created this discussion.
Meaning the government would be willing to pay for it.
Well, I am the representative of the government, so yes, we would have to get involved now. Whether we coordinate with another institution, whether internal or external, if there are resources that are needed, then we'd have to find a way to make it happen.
Family, when you are going, so now the doctor them gone and Tufton decide say him say the girl that get help, but there's no surety like him no know what go on and ray.
The university hospital has agreed yesterday and had put in place the team at that facility and the theatre and other things that were necessary. There also have been some dialogue with the visiting team and the Boston Hospital for Children, which should have taken place yesterday. And I'm actually out of parish now. I haven't gotten a brief since today, this morning, so I'm not sure where it is. But I know at the press briefing, the lead on the mission had said that it may be a challenge because they had to put some other things in place. So what I had indicated in consultation with the university that if they couldn't do it, then we'd make some other alternative arrangements to have it done.
You have one people. What they are saying, when we see on social media, is Mr. Tufton is busy on book signing mission. These are the allegations out there. Mr. Tufton busy assign book. Now not time feel care. Everybody are busy, getting rich. They want personal business in office. Now, Dr. Alfred Dawes, the PNP spokesman and help. Him have a different look, him have a different say on it. And Mr. Tufton sound like he never want the media to get a sniff of this. No, Mr. Tufton sound like he never want the media to get a smell of all of this. Yesterday, here me play, Mr. Tufton want to blame everybody but him incompetent self. And based on what me hear coming from Mr. Tufton himself, him thought this going in the media was a wrong idea. Everything must be hush-hush. Just like how the doctors and nurses at Jamaica stay quiet while they work in a hog pen. I see where the American doctor them should have do it. Listen to this. If one of that Mr. Tufton is alluding to.
We have a case like this. It's for the team to sit down and say, okay, since you said this surgery might last 8 hours and the AC may not provide the full support as it is doing for those that go 2 and 3 hours because they're doing surgery there now as we speak, why don't we engage UWI and see whether or not we can make this happen? When I engaged them this morning at 6 o'clock, Dr. Bruce, within an hour, they came back to me and said the entire team is ready to accommodate and the operating theater and the CRM and everything is functional. The team just need to bring the patient in and prep the patient and you can do the surgery. That's a solution. There's no need for this. No need.
No need for the media. The man said there's no need for the media to highlight the garbage heap where you run a Jamaica called healthcare. The hog pen them where you run a Jamaica called hospital. I want to hear the man, people, before we go to Alfred Dawes. Listen this uncaring sounding brother one more time. This brother doesn't sound like him have no empathy.
We have a case like this. It's for the team to sit down and say, okay, since you said this surgery might last 8 hours and the AC may not provide the full support as it is doing for those that go 2 and 3 hours because they're doing surgery there now as we speak, why don't we engage UWI and see whether or not we can make this happen? When I engaged them this morning at 6 o'clock, Dr. Bruce, within an hour, they came back to me and said the entire team is ready to accommodate and the operating theater and the CRM and everything is functional. The team just need to bring the patient in and prep the patient and you can do the surgery. That's a solution. There's no need for this. No need.
Look here. The Ministry of Health is a real doctor at the helm. And they need someone who want to be doctor at the helm of this healthcare in Jamaica. This brother don't know what he's doing. But who am I when I'm a friend with this brother here? That's why $1.7 trillion missing. Some missing from the Ministry of Health, Education, and from the Prime Minister's office. The Prime Minister himself, you don't want no investigation. So who you believe Tufton will get away with all these things? It's because the boss approved of his dirt of a work. So we want to listen this brother one more time. Really good. How we feel about the news of the bad state of healthcare in Jamaica.
We have a case like this. It's for the team to sit down and say, okay, since you said this surgery might last 8 hours and the AC may not provide the full support as it is doing for those that go 2 and 3 hours, because they're doing surgery there now as we speak, why don't we engage UWI and see whether or not we can make this happen? When I engaged them this morning at 6 o'clock, Dr. Bruce, within an hour, they came back to me and said the entire team is ready to accommodate, and the operating theater and the CRM and everything is functional. The team just need to bring the patient in and prep the patient, and you can do the surgery. That's a solution. There's no need for this. No need.
So as you can see, I tell you guys all the time, there's nothing better coming for us. And nothing better. And after listening to Dr. Alfred Dawes, the real doctor, you can understand where we are right now. After listening to what Dr. Dawes has said, we say, oh my God, Jamaica is in a bad state. Now, Dr. Dawes, Alfred Dawes, in his statement, will expose a lot of nonsense that is not going on and a lot of nonsense that is going on. Let's listen.
Dr. Dawes says Dr. Tufton's words to the public on Thursday regarding the hospital was nothing more than crisis management and blame shifting. He highlights that the 11-year-old girl in need of surgery is just one of the many children who are suffering due to the state of the hospital.
What we saw was an excellent performance in crisis management. And I say it's a performance in crisis management because all that came out of it was a very deliberate attempt to kill the story by trying to say that the little girl is going to get her surgery done. A lot of blame shifting as to why we got here, and that's the end of it. But there are deep-rooted issues at the Boston Hospital that need to be addressed, because it's not just one person who will be facilitated at the University Hospital that was affected. There are many children out there who are suffering because of the dilapidated state of the operating theater.
The opposition spokesman says the government is more concerned about image management than resolving the issues affecting the health sector.
When I hear that, me have to stop it right there, so me hear it, you know. PR stunt people. Them killing with PR stunt, image look good. You see the man gonna spend money, we don't know how much billion him use. Gonna Spain, gonna fix up image. Cause I know Jamaica image I try fix. Jamaica image is alright. A criminal in an office. Image when I try fix up with taxpayers' money at it. How many times I tell you say this party is like a piece of dry board with chichi in their mouth? How many times on this platform I tell you guys that? We spend the most financial superpower of the Caribbean. How many times I tell you say I pay mouth them off? Pay chattings. We spend the most on garbage now pick up. You have the most garbage. We spend the most, I have the most bad road. We spend the most, I have the most crime. But everything is such a lie. Crime is down 22 years, lowest. And you and I know, so before such man come in the office, at least we used to play a little domino, a little bit later shop. We could continue.
That's why we got here, and that's the end of it. But there are deep-rooted issues at the Boston Hospital that need to be addressed, because it's not just one person who will be facilitated at the University Hospital that wasn't affected. There are many children out there who are suffering because of the dilapidated state of the operating theater.
The opposition spokesman says the government is more concerned about image management than resolving the issues affecting the health sector.
He said that things are bad in the public health sector in Jamaica. We are accused of politicizing. But if you think that things are bad, I can assure you they are only going to get worse. Because of where I sit and the stories that come to me and the assessment of the situation, the approach of the policymakers of the Ministry of Health towards the issues, I can tell you that they're not making any meaningful attempts at fixing the broken healthcare system. And the system will continue to be overburdened because the population is aging. We have more and more chronic diseases that are not being controlled and monitored. We have increased cancers that are not being screened for.
Dr. Dawes says the government has made a habit of not properly maintaining equipment being put into health facilities island-wide.
Even when you have legitimate suppliers, there are no maintenance contracts that are budgeted for when these equipment are purchased. So we can talk a lot about how much money is being spent, but the Jamaican taxpayers and the users of the public healthcare system are not getting value for their money. And this is why we're going around on this hamster wheel where we have broken down air conditioners, we have broken down ventilators, broken down ambulances, broken down elevators. So it's a symptom that we're seeing now where we're having this cancellation of a deeper rot within the system where there's no proper procurement of equipment that can serve a long period of time, and there's no maintenance.
Mahiri Stewart for Nationwide News.
Mighty God, when you hear what sometimes, wow, it's deep, people. And the thing that is sad and dangerous is that our doctors and nurses in Jamaica, them can't come out come say a thing. Them are working at their pen and they think it's okay, or them can't say nothing or what. So you see how we family member go down there and drop out because this kind of condition where real doctor we know them a thing are supposed to look like, right? Operating theater. Come out and say it look like a hog pen. And them go like say nothing to see here. And our doctors can't say nothing, and nurse can't ball out and say, look over this. So this need fixing. They have to get up and come to the hog pen every day and come work night. And see people succumb to the germs and all type of nastiness. That's why people baby dead at the hospital. This bad, Mr. Tufton. Mr. Tufton, this very, very bad. This very, very, very bad based on what Mr. Dawes say. And now that you seem to be is casting blame. Not only Alfred Dawes come out and expose Mr. Tufton, don't forget the AC company refutes claim of being fired from Victoria Jubilee Hospital. Mr. Tufton come out and tell lie based on what this brother is saying right now. And Lafayette, AC company refutes claim of being fired from Victoria Jubilee Hospital. And we are going to that right now because Mr. Tufton is not doing a good job. A long time Mr. Tufton a F up. But if him good under Andrew, what harm to it? It's all about fronting them boy on serve for themselves, not for the people. Imagine if they was thinking about the people. Number one, Chang wouldn't they win there. Chang, the amount of crime we have. They're not moving. They're not moving. Chang, you just did it. This brother is a tough time. Real government. We love the people, real leader. You don't move around some man. Put them somewhere else. Let's listen. Like I hear Dr. Dawes say, nothing but blame shifting, PR stunt after PR stunt. Hear this.
Minister Tufton claimed that Geddes Refrigeration Limited was terminated from its contract under the program for the reduction of maternal and child mortality PROMAC at the Victoria Jubilee Hospital. The minister said Geddes was replaced by CAC, another company, which he said had been relieved of their duties under a similar project at the Children's Hospital.
Victoria Jubilee Hospital has a maternal intensive care unit under the PROMAC system. That's the one of all of them that's not working. Why? Because of central air conditioning system. For 2 years, Geddes Refrigeration has been given the job, the task to repair or to put in that central system. Am I wrong? This is the regional director. 2 years. 2 years. System can't fix. Not a lack of money, not a lack of decision, can't fix. We fired them. And CAC, say what I was fired here, has now been hired. We don't have a lot of options. So I ask you the question. Where does the burden lie? And at what point are we going to call out some of these things? The conversation is that the hospital and the health system is incompetent because you have operating data that's not working because the AC is down.
Dr. Tufton's comments seem to shift the blame for the stalled surgical operations as a result of non-functioning air-conditioned units to the private contractors. But Dane Lafayette isn't having it. He tells Nationwide News that his company successfully installed the units at VJH in the 2020 to 21 period. He says the units operated efficiently for over a year without issues, despite not having performed any maintenance services. He says his company repeatedly submitted maintenance proposals to the ministry, but was never formally engaged to carry out repairs or maintenance on the unit in question.
As far as I know, since we have installed the equipment, Geddes Refrigeration Limited has never been engaged for maintenance services, despite repeatedly sending the maintenance proposals or having meetings with the team of Southeast Regional Authority. As far as I know, we have never been formally engaged to execute any repair, and we are unable to restore any unit to operation that it has reached the position that we were fired or terminated. Everyone in my organization understands the importance of hospital services. If there's a report of equipment not operating or functioning properly, my team responds within 3 hours or less. The assessment is carried out, the necessary costing to effect the repairs is provided to the region, and we cannot effect the repairs if we are not engaged or formally instructed to.
Lafayette notes that the only problem ever reported involved a temporary cooling failure, which he said was promptly resolved. Referencing work on other units over the years, Lafayette says on the occasions his company was engaged to carry out repairs, it found the units to be in poor condition.
Over the years, I've had repeated meetings with the region, advising them of the need to maintain the equipment, because each time we're called, the equipment is in a despicable state. That's the only word I could use to describe it. And it should be noted, that in many instances, when we're finally engaged after a period of weeks or months, the state in which we left the equipment after we assessed it for repairs is not the same. The unit is either scrapped or we find that other people have been working on the equipment. And this has always been communicated to the respective personnel. So it's just quite concerning to hear the minister's pronouncement on radio. It's always important for the minister or anyone to listen to their team members, but it's also important to listen to your service providers as well, and also make an effort to bridge the gap.
Ricardo Brooks for Nationwide News.
What a banga wrong for me, sir. That brother need to go. So he might tell lie. So he might load up the man, the AC man. Act like the problem I feel. And the AC man come out and make we know what I want to. So now the AC man give you another eyeball of what's going on the inside. Because the AC man I make we know say them no maintain nothing, no maintenance now go on. And even though it was recommended to them, right? Them now follow suit. Right? Them have the AC man that they're ready to work. Nobody now call him. So all this thing when Mr. Tufton I talk about how many years the man I work on there, how many months I work on one project. Let me ask you, Mr. Tufton. If your AC go out at your house, how long you there take if you get it fixed? But that's why I know. It'll take 6 weeks. Will it take 5 months? You say the man is working at the AC for 5 months, right? The company. You fire them this, that, and ray. 5 months, sir? You talk about 5 months? What do you mean? One time per month, one time for the 5 months you guys call them? Are they working on it every day for 5 months? This needs explanation. 5 months. If your AC go out at your house for 5 months, it's a tough time. You need to stay in the job where you're in. But if your AC don't go out for 5 months, you need to be fired. You need to move. You need to lift up. Yes, you need to step down. Go somewhere else. Now you say you have to wait another 6 weeks again. So People who work in a condition like that for another 6 weeks. Think about your AC at your house. And why these hospitals don't have maintenance department. Every hospital, people look like nobody not working for the Jamaican people. I'm telling you, they're not working for you. Every hospital have maintenance. Guys, thank you for watching this video. I'll stay long tonight. Must I tell you thanks for everybody who there. But me have to come highlight Mr. Tufton tonight, man. Because the man, too much people are dead under this man hand, man. We can't make it go by and him at the same time. Him a go on like say, the man no want to go road. People don't hear me I say. The man say like him don't know why it make news. So this and a media material. And that, people, the man a go on like say this is not media worthy. Because it's just another day, me no want to flip up and flap for. All this excitement. All this excitement. We don't understand what this excitement for.
We have a case like this. It's for the team to sit down and say, okay, since you said this surgery might last 8 hours and the AC may not provide the full support as it is doing for those that go 2 and 3 hours, because they're doing surgery there now as we speak, why don't we engage UE and see whether or not we can make this happen? When I engaged them this morning at 6 o'clock, Dr. Bruce, within an hour, they came back to me and said the entire team is ready to accommodate, and the operating theater and the C-arm and everything is functional. The team just need to bring the patient in and prep the patient, and you can do the surgery. That's a solution. There's no need for this. No need.
Is it why a 7-year-old go to hospital for a broken arm and they end up dead? Is it why a 11-year-old boy, and I'm thinking at the same fitness hospital in God Jubilee there now, go 11-year-old boy going for circumcision and dead, die. Someone have to know if at this nasty environment caused, them things have to happen to them youth. Me want to know. Because our doctors seems as if they are gag, them can't talk. So it takes these doctors to talk. And I'm sure you want to bet the Jamaican doctor them happy. Me say them probably I'll boost them to go talk. Go out there and talk because we can't say nothing. Every time we talk, they shut us down. We can't say, go out there and talk, call the media, call and talk. People think about that. Me say I probably had a Jamaican doctor them, because them can't talk. They can't talk, man. And you know what I mean? I'm not saying. Why not? If we can't talk, let the Americans and we can't talk. Talk, man. So I'm not saying you can hear the Jamaican doctors them right now a clap the whole of this exposure. I show incompetent Mr. Tufton, PR stuntman is. PR stunt Mr. Tufton and Andrew Ones come out with. They will kill you with PR stunt all day, every day. You know, see there. No work. Them on the people. These guys don't decide to fix anything, people. People, them not decide to fix anything. You know, hear Dr. Alfred Dawes, what am I say? You know, hear what the man say? The man say, nothing not go fix. It's gonna get worse, basically. He said, based on what him see, based on his position, when him sit down, he's a doctor. Him say, and information that is coming to him come to the honest decision where it's not gonna get better. Do you understand me? And that Mr. Dawes said, him said, based on the position, as a doctor, I would assume he's getting more information than us. And if him can say it's gonna get worse, Christopher Campbell, it'll get worse, bless yourself. Each and every one, June Plum 26, Darrett Elliott, Harriet, Danet Harriet, Jaja. Make we listen to Dr. Alfred Dawes one more time now. Yeah, man, we'll listen, man.
Dr. Dawes says Dr. Tufton's words to the public on Thursday regarding the hospital was nothing more than crisis management and blame shifting. He highlights that the 11-year-old girl in need of surgery is just one of the many children who are suffering due to the state of the hospital.
What we saw was an excellent performance in crisis management. And I say it's a performance in crisis management because all that came out of it was a very deliberate attempt to kill the story by trying to say that the little girl is going to get her surgery done. A lot of blame shifting as to why we got here, and that's the end of it. But there are deep-rooted issues at the Bustamante Hospital that need to be addressed because it's not just one person who will be facilitated at the University Hospital that was affected. There are many children out there who are suffering because of the dilapidated state of the operating theater.
The opposition spokesman says the government is more concerned about image management than resolving the issues affecting the health sector.
Now, you say that things are bad in the public health sector in Jamaica. We are accused of politicizing. But if you think that things are bad, I can assure you they are only going to get worse. Because of where I sit and the stories that come to me and the assessment of the situation, the approach of the policymakers of the Ministry of Health towards the issues, I can tell you that they're not making any meaningful attempts at fixing the broken healthcare system. And the system will continue to be overburdened because the population is aging. We have more and more chronic diseases that are not being controlled and monitored. We have increased cancers that are not being screened for.
Dr. Dawes says the government has made a habit of not properly maintaining equipment being put into health facilities island-wide.
Even when you have legitimate suppliers, there are no maintenance contracts that are budgeted for when these equipment are purchased. So we can talk a lot about how much money is being spent, but the Jamaican taxpayers and the users of the public healthcare system are not getting value for their money. And this is why we're going around on this hamster wheel where we have broken down air conditioners, we have broken down ventilators, broken down ambulances, broken down elevators. So it's a symptom that we're seeing now where we're having this cancellation of a deeper rot within the system where there's no proper procurement of equipment that can serve a long period of time, and there's no maintenance.
Mahiri Stewart for Nationwide News.
That is why we did something like the reverse tax credit. Never before in Jamaica's history where the government is giving back to people who earn less than $3 million per year. Never before happened. That's a way in which we are making sure that the dividends of the good economic management reaches to the people. Yes, good economic management can yam.
The government, because the economy is growing, the government is now giving young people who are registered in heart approximately $150 each month to help them with the bus fare and help them with the lunch money. So nobody has any excuse not to go to school to learn a skill because you're getting help with the bus fare and help with the lunch money as well. If that is not transformational, I don't know what is. So if that is not transformational, I don't know what is. So
there is no tracking of people. There is no curtailing of people saying anything that is negative. That is absolutely not the case.
The person was tracked and their identity discovered.
Anyone can say anything and it is amplified around the country and around the world. And it is important that as we protect the rights of our people and protect the right to freedom of expression and speech, that at the same time it is grounded in truth.
Some 60-odd shelters across the country.
Go to any of our 780 plus shelters.
We have 900 shelters right across the island.
Family, tell me what you think in the comment section. You have a wonderful night, guys. Yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Everybody has to participate. Manners and respect to each and every one. We're there. Enough love. But we must not take this thing lightly, people. We must not pay attention to this development. I'm going to keep pushing and keeping pushing, right? I keep pushing, family, because how many of us have family members and loved ones who just drop out? Some, some sitting and reach them, them should have there. How many times you look back on your loved one and say, boy, your loved one should have there? I kill this at the hospital, at the bad health care. How many of us go ball and ball and ball. And these guys don't care. Tufton worry about image. They never want this to be no media storm. He said, must see no reason why the thing hit the media. To tell about the empathy of these guys. May I tell the people, thank you so much for watching this video tonight. Share them work, you know. Have a wonderful evening, guys. Enough love. Good night.
I hear man talk all kind of lie. Oh, 20 million and 28 million. Lie. Me not take no salary increase. So my salary is what it was before. And I tell you something, I feel like just keep back to. Because he's a proud man, you know. Me don't like people tell lie for me.
We're in strange times in Jamaica. We're living in strange times. Strange times because interesting behavior is rewarded. So, for example, if you're a police officer and you have ambition and you want to turn a senior superintendent of police, you think those who out there are face down bad man, the dog-hearted gunman, the man criminal, they would be rewarded with promotion. You think it's those who are investigating crime, putting tight cases together and putting criminals behind bars would be rewarded. But it seems the fastest way to turn SSP is to work with a friendly media host for a few years, get transferred to the GSCF, and you're catapulted from district constable to senior superintendent in a couple of years.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our joy, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame. What a travesty. Calls for us to think and think deep.